Hello, human beings, fellow human beings. Hope you're doing well. Greetings, salutations. I just heard the ding of that toaster oven, so I have chocolate croissant that is now warm. And it will help me keep this briefer than I would have. Maybe I'll do 2 videos today. Roll with the punches, baby. Roll with your intuition, your naturalness. I've been watching that video of a couple through England and Scotland, but I like. They say we're starting today and we have no plan. And they like that because they have these plans where they have to do 60 miles a day. It gets to them after a while. So be open, even if it's like, man, I work so hard during the week. Well, maybe in the weekend you can have some free time and don't plan nothing. Even if you have kids, just be with your kids, but don't plan anything. Just see what happens. Enjoy your life. You're only here for a while. Take care of you. I quoted Jesus the other day, love God with all your might, love each other. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. That doesn't mean be selfish. Do healthy things. Do joyful things. Don't do things that you know aren't good or that make you feel bad or that you don't like to do. If you're in a relationship, a man and woman or whatever, tell each other, hey, I don't like that. You don't have to be mean. Or I do like that. You're going to agree on some things and not agree. Compromise, but just find some common ground. I don't really like going on a bike ride. Okay, I'll do that by myself or with my friend. I really like it when we go out to dinner first and then come home and make love. Personally, I like to make love first and then go have a good time. I don't want to drink and then make love. Love is really special. More special than that. Sacred. I don't want to be messed up in my head with alcohol. I want to be clear. Treat her right. What does she need? Don't be afraid to talk about things. Love is important. Foundational. Most women don't orgasm vaginally. They orgasm clitorally. So how do you help her orgasm and feel good like she needs to? We should be taught that as at least in a senior in high school. Maybe when you're leaving, you probably should know before then. But you women need to talk more too. Hey, I need this. I love being with you. But for my satisfaction, I need you to do this to help me. Oh, he's talking dirty. Dirty? What is dirty? About satisfying each other and making sure each other's happy. Why does making love and orgasm feel so good? Why did the great creator do that to us? As a curse? Mm-mm. No, as a gift. And being in love, making love with that person is so sublime and divine and special. Some people are about making love all night long. I'm like, what? You make love for 9 hours? It just seems like a bit much. You can do a lot in 1 or 2, including massage and whatever feels good. You can tell I'm probably missing some of this. It's been a while since I had a girlfriend. But the idea of, loving somebody. Actually, we're supposed to love everybody, right? If they say something about, do you love whatever, him, her? Do you love? So, well, yeah, I love them. I love everybody. I'm supposed to love everybody. I'm in love with one person. That's just me. I talked about Morocco the other day. Whoops. There's one of my Moroccan roads. How beautiful is that? I think these represent the mountains, the Atlas Mountains. I was in Ben Gurir, an hour from Marrakesh, not far from the Atlas Mountains. Went to them once with my girlfriend and this guy from Belgium. They kind of like my girlfriend. Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. Life. So this one, I'm just going to do this kind of short. This one's called Equality, Humanity, and God Almighty. I was watching a pretty good interview. Isaacson, I forget his first name, was interviewing David Frum. These are older guys, smart. Frum was wrote an article for The Atlantic, a good magazine. Isaacson wrote a really good biography on Steve Jobs. I recommend it. I read the whole thing. I was supposed to visit my son and his wife at Cornell. He was getting his MBA. Full ride. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jesus, Muhammad, whoever helped do that. It was around COVID, though. I think that was, no, she was sick. Cornell did one of the best jobs of closing the campus and go remote quickly. They did a good job. The problem was at the end, the president kind of bragged on herself. Don't brag on yourself. Let others brag on you. I've told my son that before. Don't brag, Don't be like our president who likes to say, I'm this, I'm that. That's the worst kind of person. Look how great I am. Wow. Braggart. Don't raise your kids to do that. Anyway, I went to their apartment for a week and they never came back because I think she was sick and maybe COVID too. So I was stuck. And Cornell has this, really beautiful campus, really nice, rich, at the top of a hill, a big hill. I'm in the Ozarks. Those mountains are bigger than the Ozarks. So instead of, where I grew up on Eastwood, which is a hill, it was like two or three of those, really steep and long. And I was in the middle. Their apartment was in the middle. Up was Cornell, beautiful. The bottom was a city, almost nothing going on. Looked real working class. Not, it was a tale of two cities, from what I could see. Ithaca, New York. Half the people had money, half the people did not, or probably 2/3 did not, which is a sin all over this world. Anyway, the Steve Jobs biography by Isaacson is really good. I knew a little bit about him already. I showed my classes when we studied the Industrial Revolution. I would show them the TNT movie Pirates of Silicon Valley. You had Jobs and Wozniak on the West Coast. You had Gates and Paul Allen on the East Coast. Microsoft and Apple. And this is at the beginning of the computer age. And fighting for advantage, fighting for information, fighting for real Machiavellian, very self-centered, selfish, cold-hearted. And people like to say, oh, but some of the greatest, that's what you have to be if you're going to be a creator. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And I don't promote being a bully and a cold-hearted asshole, which they both appeared to be with engineers right beside him, Wozniak and Paul Allen. And one time they meet for dinner, and Jobs screams at Gates, "You're stealing from me!" And Gates tries to tell him how he's not, although they've both stolen from different companies and different people. And karma's real. We can't do bad things and expect everything to be good. That's not going to work out. Karma is real. You're awesome and beautiful and have a great heart, and follow that. And if you can say, yeah, but this guy over here, he's done wicked stuff and he's a millionaire and I'm struggling, I'm sorry. That's partly our politics and our economics more than anything else. How we've set up society and promoted, and who we vote for. We vote for tax cuts for the rich. Republicans are about to do that. You voted for Republicans, you working people. They're going to cut taxes on the rich. That's not going to help you at all. It's going to hurt you. You'll be more like a slave. So I recommend Isaacson's biography on Steve Jobs. I ended up reading it over the week, and yeah, really good. He can be really nice to you on Tuesday, and on Thursday he can tell you how terrible you are. You're the worst engineer, Just be hard to be around this guy. So unstable emotionally. Anyway, Isaacson and Fromm are talking about economics, and Isaacson's saying, well, why are so many people, around the world, these populist movements? I don't really like that word. Anyway, it's kind of a dictator, and racist is basically what it is. So immigration has a big part of it. There's immigration around the world has at a level that we've never seen before. And I even said to my students that were from Mexico, I'd say, yeah, but what would you feel like if you're in this village in Mexico and all of a sudden a whole bunch of white people started coming? And some of you guys are kind of going, why are all these white people here? We had, this is a Mexican culture. That's natural in a way around the world. You don't have to be racist to kind of say, hey, what happened to our culture? What is culture? What is local culture? And immigration is how every country in the world was created, founded, except maybe Ethiopia or wherever the first people came from. But at a certain level, you have to have some commonalities. What brings us together? What holds us together? And a big part of that is economics. That's why this is called equality, the word we never speak about. And Fromm and Isaacson didn't get to that. They didn't say, why are so many people upset? Isaacson brought up the idea of manufacturing leaving and going to China and stuff, but now it's going to be automated. So that's not even a question. The question is, where are the jobs, the housing, the decent life for human beings? How do you make a good society? Equality. You don't make a few billionaires and a whole bunch of people, basically peasants, serfs, slaves. Now, they'll work cheap and they'll live in terrible situations. That's inhumane. We can talk, the Republicans talk about being the moral majority, but they're tax cuts for the rich and cutting Medicare or food stamps, or you're taking things away from poor people and giving them to rich people. That's immoral. That's the immoral party. Don't kid yourself. You can say Jesus all you want. Jesus wasn't like that. Sell all your things and give the money to the poor. Who does that? Zero. Nobody. I'm a Christian. Oh, well, sell all your things and give the money to the poor. Well, I'm not that kind. Yeah, right. So, what we got? Equality, humanity, God Almighty. We've given the force of nature, the Creator names, God Almighty, something or somehow, this universe was created. It's beyond our conception. When you start looking at the universe and seeing what's going on and how big it is, it should make us more humble and in awe instead of, I want this, I want a bigger car, I want a bigger house, I want another $20 billion. So self-centered and me, the bully or the braggart, the guy we elected. Big mistake. Immorality, inaction. Anyway, God Almighty created the unbelievable universe. Unbelievable how big it is. It's expanding, I think, and the black holes and the dark matter. It's unbelievable. It's magical. It's magical. Mysterious. Magnificent. I'm going to use all the M words. Not mammon. Mammon. Love of money. Avarice. Love of money. Our society is built on the love of money. Almost every other society is too. You make enough money, you can invest it. So you start making money on your money. You're not working. And as I said, last year, the stock market's up 20% at least. Homelessness is up 20%. Invest $1 million and you make $200,000. And they're cutting taxes on capital gains, which means that $200,000, cut the taxes on that. I read where Elon Musk, it takes so many days for people to pay their taxes, and then they can start earning. He paid his tax in the first couple of hours of this year. But most of us is going to have to be a few months, to pay, because he has so much. We've concentrated wealth so much. They pay for elections. They pay for politicians. Politicians like getting rich. Tell me a president that didn't leave office that probably worth $2 million, and after 10 years they're worth $15 million. Everybody loves money, man. I love my money. But the real issue is people, citizens, don't love each other. We don't love each other. We don't love our country. We don't love our community. We don't love human beings. We love money for me. If we did love each other, if we loved our country, if we loved our community, we would make sure that we had more equality of condition. We would make sure that we elected people that have legislation and policy and law to not grow into this slave-like plantation. The masters have billions, the slaves have nothing. And the people in the middle are going to do whatever they can so the masters look at them and maybe throw a little bit, as Reagan said, trickle down, trickle a little bit to their mercenaries, to their gladiators. Equality. We've gotten away from that. God Almighty made everybody equal. Our souls are equal. Why would God Almighty make few people billionaires and a lot of people struggle? God Almighty didn't do that. I'm telling you that as a fact. Human beings did that because we lost our humanity. We lost that. It's still inside of us. We can still do it. You have to be committed. Citizens, democracy, honor. beautiful, wonderful, necessary, required, challenging. You're going to have to learn more about all the issues that we face as a people in the city, in the country, and the world. We need better communication, not with billionaires owning everything, so they promote algorithms that promote hatred and division and ignorance. They don't want you to talk about the real things. They want to talk to you about bullshit. How many, was it hundreds of millions spent on these ideas of trans kids? The Republicans really, all the billionaires, all these ads about trans kids. So a lot of voters, man, I don't want the boy in the girl's bathroom. I'm voting for these guys. What about tax cuts for the rich and benefit cuts for the poor? You didn't talk about that. That's a much bigger issue. You didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about it. I wonder why. Didn't talk about global climate change. Can't admit that. Trump, burn, 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 drill, drill, drill. He's going to blame these fires in California on California, not record heat for the last 2 years. He's going to try to help. Was it North Carolina? Because it's a red state. You guys are good people. You voted for me. I'm your man. And then he'll go to California and it's desecrating our morals. We're desecrating our honor by not loving each other and loving the earth. The basic commandment. Just keep it basic, man. Love each other and love the earth. I like this stuff. To me, God Almighty is this beautiful earth and these angels that we are. We've walked away from equality and humanity. We need to turn around.